Today on CityCast Boise, it's that time of year where comfort food really hits the spot, perhaps especially fries dipped in fry sauce. But as much as Idaho might want to claim fry sauce as a Gem State original, our Utah neighbors have entered the chat. Today, we're resharing our saucy debate with CityCast Salt Lake host Ali Vallarta. It's Wednesday, January 24th. I'm Frankie Barnhill, and this is what Boise's talking about. Ali, I'm so glad to have you on CityCast Boise. I feel like we are the little sister to CityCast Salt Lake in a lot of ways.
Oh my goodness.
So it's good to have our big sister on the show. Thank you.
Yes, it's great to be here. I am so ready to throw down in the fry sauce culture wars.
And I think there will be some throwing down for sure because Evelyn Vitia, our audio producer, is here too, and she has some hot takes from the Boise vantage point. So I just want to start, Ali. I'm curious because I know you're not originally from Utah. When and where did you first encounter fry sauce, and what was that like?
So I will say, I do think I first encountered fry sauce in my home state of Florida because I believe it is naturally occurring.
Okay.
So there was definitely a burger that I ate as a child that had both ketchup and mayonnaise on the bun. But the first time I dipped fries in fry sauce was at a Granny's drive-in in Midway. I remember most noticing the color. Like it was... You know how fry sauce, like, first of all, it has that kind of pinky color, but then it also has, like, dots in it? Like, we've all seen how it's kind of speckled.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the speckles, the bespeckledness of it, I remember noticing that and thinking it was, like, pretty good.
Did it underwhelm in any way in terms of not having much zing, or was it just the right amount of, this adds something to my fries?
I think it's always going to have not the right amount of zing for me. Here's what I like to dip a fry in. I like to dip a fry in a combination of mayo and mustard.
Oh, yes.
That is my personal fry sauce. But again, here on this show representing the people of Utah, I'll go hard for fry sauces being our thing. But for me personally, I'm more of a mustard gal. So I don't need it that much. I don't know. Yeah, Frankie, are you super into it?
So I know I'm going to be totally like cast out of Boise for saying this, but I don't like fry sauce. I really don't. So here's my thing. I don't like things that are based on mayo. Like I don't like aiolis. I'm not a mayo person.
Oh.
If I'm going to have something that's kind of cream based, I'll go for ranch before I go for mayo. And it's got to be like a buttermilk ranch. So I would rather have like a vinegar or a mustard, to be honest, and maybe some ranch to dip things in. But
yeah,
as I said, I'm probably one of the only people who doesn't like fry sauce in the Treasure Valley. Evelyn, tell us about, I'm curious, I know that you grew up here, and was it just automatic, like fry sauce came with everything? How did that go?
Honestly, I didn't even like fry sauce until I started working at Hamburger Connection. That was my first job. And they sell the best burgers and fries and, of course, the best fry sauce. I get there and I see this woman, Sarah Collar, who's the owner, just making buckets and buckets and buckets of fry sauce. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, do I want to try this? I tried it. And I can't go back. Like, I have to have fry sauce with every meal that includes fries or a burger or chicken strips.
Okay, so you dip strips into your fry sauce?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Since we have you here, Evelyn, I have to ask you, because one of the things that I've noticed about Salt Lake's fry sauce obsession is that every restaurant is so guarded about their recipe. But you were inside of Hamburger Connection when they were making fry sauce. What's in it?
I wish I knew. Sarah has the recipe and it is secret. And I called her and I was like, Sarah, please, can you give me any hint? She said, well, it's just a smoky flavor and that's all you get.
Smoky. Oh.
Smoky. Okay. Wow, what a witch's brew.
Yeah, for real. What could that be? Could that be like a Tabasco or...
Well, it could just be liquid smoke. Like, my mom, when she does barbecue, she puts liquid smoke in there. It's like comes in this little bottle and it's like a droplet.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that maybe.
That's interesting. Or like a paprika or something. I don't know.
Cayenne.
Yes.
The color isn't even pink. It's definitely leaning towards a yellowy. So it's like completely different from any other fry sauces I've ever seen.
Interesting.
Oh my God. If what she's putting in there is mustard, I'm going to lose it.
That's the Ali recipe. Evelyn, do you remember when you worked at Hamburger Connection? How would your boss stir it? Like, what would she use? Like, I imagine like this big wooden spoon.
Seriously. It was this like big spoon, and she's just mixing away everything by hand. And we had little cups, and then it was just, boom, 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 putting them in all the little cups.
Well, Ali, I would love to hear and share with our Boise audience, because I don't know if everybody knows this, that yes, fry sauce is from Utah, everybody.
That's right.
I will give Salt Lake that and give Utah that. Tell us the story. Where did it come from?
So this is a tale. First of all, I have to credit Meg Walter, who is the features editor at the Deseret News here, who did this fabulous reporting journey into getting to the bottom of this mystery to the best of her ability, because it is a little convoluted. But basically, this is a tale of Main Street versus Wall Street. So the Arctic Circle claims that they invented fry sauce, and their SVP claims that it was invented by their founders. But if you dig a little bit deeper, there is a drive-in in Provo in Utah County called Stan's, which used to be an Arctic Circle, and now it's called Stan's. And the owners there claim that they invented fry sauce. It was invented at Stan's. Someone from Arctic Circle corporate was doing the rounds. They tasted it. They loved it. They brought the recipe back to headquarters. So the real, we can't get a consensus on who was the first to invent fry sauce, call it fry sauce, and ultimately launch the merchandising of fry sauce in the Intermountain West.
And then, of course, it crossed the border into Idaho and across the country, and here we are. I wonder, though, like I said, I feel like people maybe don't know that that's the story, at least here. Evelyn, what do you think? Did you know that?
No, they don't. So I took matters into my own hands, and I had to ask my friends on Instagram. I said, hey, guys, where did fry sauce originate? So I put up a poll, and yes, most of these people are from Idaho. So about 70% of them said Idaho, and then 17% said Utah, and then 13% said, I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm getting my keys. I'm on my, I can't. We write it down.
Yeah.
You're going to put up a billboard, Ali.
They're going to be heartbroken once they listen to this and they hear that it's from Utah.
Yeah.
But, Evelyn, I'm just going to throw this out there. Of course, fry sauce is, clearly from our friends in Utah. But would it even be fry sauce if there weren't for Idaho potatoes?
No. I mean, fry sauce is the best with French fries, of course. And
it's the vehicle. Yeah.
We have to give a big shout out to Mr. J.R. Simplot for creating the frozen French fry. The famous McDonald's French fries. There's also Five Guys, and those are the best fries. And of course, they deserve fry sauce.
They deserve it.
Dip it in.
Here. I'll give you that. Your potatoes are absolutely fantastic.
I wonder, Ali, what do you think fry sauce says about the culture in Utah and then also in Idaho, in our two states? What is it about fry sauce?
I'm of two minds here. One is every time people in majority LDS or states with a big LDS culture do something, the rest of the country is it's so weird how you did that. And it's really, we mix together two things that are delicious. Similar with dirty sodas, right? It's it turns out if you squeeze a lime and put some coconut syrup in a Coke, it's delicious. Get over it. So I think there's always just going to be an air of mystery around things we do in the Intermountain West because we're perceived as being strange. I think it creates some kind of a complex in Utah in particular, which is we don't want everything we do to be about Mormonism. And even though it's really hard to argue that a lot of our food traditions a lot of our food traditions, like the things that we do, they do like center around Mormonism in a sense, right? Like food, Jell-O, food culture, casseroles, fry sauce. Like this is all about like
food to feed a big family, right? Yeah.
Food, right? Food to feed a ton of people. What do you feed a huge family? Potatoes, friend. And so I think we are always looking for things to cling to culturally that we can be like, this is ours, and it's not necessarily about the friggin' church, right?
Yeah.
Like this is just like a thing that we're doing that brings us joy. And so there's also, I think, that element in Utah is like we love to establish and then cling to small cultural traditions that we can say are ours and have nothing to do with Mormonism.
Yeah, I think it's probably fairly similar. Famous potatoes, right? We know potatoes more than anybody else. And also now we know fry sauce. Kind of a little bit of a trying to stand out in a way and like stand up for something that others might just perceive as, oh, it's just ketchup and mayo. No, it's more than that. It's so much more.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are getting deep out here. I'm like, wait, I thought you didn't like fry sauce. What's going on?
I like the idea of having things to be proud of.
Yeah.
Even if I personally don't like it. Okay, but for real though, Evelyn, what do you put in your fry sauce? Like if you were to make it at home, if you do, or what do you think makes a strong fry sauce?
Listen, if you give me mayo and ketchup, I'm going to eat it. But I love my fry sauce to have some flavor in it. I like the smoky flavor. I don't know if I'm adding a little bit of barbecue sauce or if I'm adding a little bit of mustard in there, maybe some relish, anything that has flavor.
Yeah. Okay, got to add a little bit of zing, like an undertone to it.
Yeah, make it smoky, make it tangy, whatever it may be.
Do you ever do a hot sauce or no? Keep that out of it.
No. Boise Fry does their spicy fry sauce with sriracha in it, and I've never tried that.
Ali, you're a sriracha fan in your fry sauce, I know, right?
Yeah, sriracha is really popular here as an addition. We don't do relish, but just a little bit of pickled juice. It thins it out a bit. So whenever I'm at a restaurant and I have a fry sauce and I feel like the fry sauce is a little thin, like it's not super thick and chunky, I'm like, boom, that's got pickle juice in it. And then I think a little cayenne pepper that's my personal belief on what gives it that sort of bespeckled look that we talked about. It's kind of spotted. And then, yeah, I like sriracha in it. I'll also maybe put a little Tabasco, which has a similar effect, but makes it taste a little bit like a Bloody Mary. The ketchup and Tabasco really coming together. So yeah, those are my preferences. And that's what I've like tasted around the valley.
Okay. Ali, do you have any idea how much fry sauce is consumed in Utah or in Salt Lake?
I do. And like before I even tell you,
I'm scared.
First of all, I have to again credit Meg Walter because she did this research and is fabulous. But second, before we do this, I need everyone to close your eyes and picture how much a gallon is. Like just please picture a gallon, okay? Ready?
Yep.
In 2021, Hires Big H, which is one of our big establishments here, they sold over 12,000 gallons of Hires hamburger and fry sauce.
Oh my God.
Yes. 4,800 gallons of that was in their restaurant and 7,300 gallons was through retail stores in the Intermountain West. So you might be able to find it in Boise.
Wow.
Arctic Circle guests consume over 9 million of those little like cups of fry sauce annually. They sell 18,000 bottles of fry sauce every year.
God.
And among all the Arctic Circle chains, this is the one that like really took me out. They're pouring 45 gallons of fry sauce a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
You can just hear it. Like you can hear the sound of fry sauce being poured. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, like the viscosity of it is just a little creepy.
So yeah, we're into it.
Evelyn, do we know how do we stack up against the consumption over in Utah?
Yeah, Utah's really eating that up. But I called around to some of our local places, and on average, they sell about 6 to 7, maybe 8 gallons a day of fry sauce.
Okay. So maybe not quite as intense. And these are like the mom and pops places that you called,
yes.
right? Yeah, like the Fancy Freezes, the Hamburger Connections. Okay.
So it probably is pretty similar because if all the Arctic circles are doing 45 gallons and each mom and pop's doing 6 to 7,
yeah,
we're dipping. We love to dip.
We love to dip.
I mean, and most of these places, they said, like, on the busy days, they run out of fry sauce.
So it does happen. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so if we're taking a trip to Salt Lake to come visit you, Ali, where would you take us? Where should we go to get a nice sampling of fry sauce?
So the place I'm going to take you to is Crown Burgers. It's called Crown Burgers, but we all call it Crown Burger. And they, as many Salt Lakers agree with me, have the best fry sauce.
That's going to be on the list then. Evelyn, what do you say? Where should Ali come when she comes to visit us?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and go to Gem In-N-Out, which is also in Caldwell. And yeah, I put a poll out on Instagram, and that was one of the top recommendations.
Okay, over like Fancy Freeze over West Side, that was number 1?
West Side was number 2.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so Ali, we're taking you to Gem In-N-Out, and then for that tangy flavor, we'll go to the West Side Drive-In.
We love tang.
Okay, any final fry sauce thoughts at this point?
I'm just glad that we can all agree that Utah invented fry sauce. My work here is done.
Thanks for listening to CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, tell the fry sauce fan in your life about us. We'll be back tomorrow morning with some news about the airport. See you then.